Hi everybody. Um, I'm just trying out something new. Actually, I got a gift today. Oh, they fell on the floor. I'll get them right away. Okay. So, my sister Maria, she does weddings. You know the candies, the confettis. She does candy tables at weddings, and she does a beautiful job. If you'd like to check her out, you can go on My Sweet Events by Maria Gito on Facebook, and you can see the work that she does. They're beautiful things that she does. And so she went to this baking shop today because she needed doilies and things like that to decorate. I think she's going to be soon doing a wedding and a baptism as well too. So she was picking up ideas and things like that. And she found these. Now these are for ideale per ricerche effettuale realistiche. It's for putting them on the fondant for cakes, and they're really cool. Now I already started because then I thought about opening up the camera. This is like a wood grain one. This is a brick. And it was a nice gift from her to me, from her to me, right, from her to me. This kind of square one. These ones you can see better because there's already paint on them. And this type of pebble type. And I got 3 packs of it. She bought me 3 different packs. This one, I won't show you the plastic because you can hardly see it, but there's this design, this design, this design, and this yellow you can hardly see, but you will see it now with the paint. And this one, look at that. Aren't they gorgeous? They're really cool, and it's 4 per pack. And yeah, she got me these, so I'm having a bit of fun today here tonight. It's nighttime. My hubby hogged the TV for his soccer games, and I have another TV in the kids' room. Actually, it's even bigger than the one that's in the living room. But I don't know. I just didn't feel like watching TV tonight because usually at night we have dinner and then I'll stay in the living room unless I have something to do here. But I usually do these things during the day. I'm hardly ever in here at night unless I have the computer, and that's another reason why too that I'm in here tonight as well too, because my internet finished and I just finished putting money back into the computer. Here the way it works is I can get them to take it out of a bank account, but I prefer I buy a card every month and I'll put money into it, and then my internet goes on again. But sometimes it won't go on right away. I'll have to wait. They say within 24 hours, but it's usually within a few hours. So, I'm not watching any videos tonight to keep me company or anything, and I thought, why not? Why don't I just turn on my camera and film and show you guys what I got today. This was such a nice surprise. Okay, so this one's diamonds. This one's squares. Oh, swirls. Let's try the swirls. And then another thing too. So I wasn't really intentioned on doing other jelly prints, but because I do have quite a few, enough for myself, and but lately I had a friend come over that sadly she lives far away, and she comes down in the summer because her parents live here in Sicily, and her husband's with the army, the Italian army, so she's posted, in another part of Italy with her husband's posted in another part of Italy. So she came and visited me, and she had never seen this type of work. Now, my friend is a wonderful artist. She is so talented. She paints. She's an artist. But she had never seen these beautiful backgrounds done for mixed media. And she really liked my jelly prints. And I said, you know what? Come back another day and we'll make them together. Unfortunately, her husband was called in before and they had to leave right away. So she's not going to be coming here anymore. But we did spend a wonderful morning together chit-chatting because it had been about 3 years since we'd seen each other. She had another baby in the meantime too. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet her kids because she wanted to come alone the first time to spend more time with me. And so I'm preparing her a whole bunch of backgrounds that she can enjoy and do her art on top of that. And actually, the day she was here, I showed her, backgrounds, a background, how I do my background on a canvas. And she was supposed to come back and she was supposed to paint something for me on that canvas, which I was supposed to keep. And like I said, she unfortunately she couldn't come back, and that was sad. So I'm doing these for her, and I'm going to mail them out to her. And that way she can, play around with them too. And yeah, that's sad that I was looking so forward for her to coming back again another day and that we could, do some art together. But, oh well, what can you do? And it was funny because, like I said, we hadn't seen each other for about 3 years. She had my old number. I had her old number because I had recently changed my number Christmas of last year. And she apparently got my number through my niece and then lost it again, and a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. And she had been here for almost a month before she finally got a hold of me and everything, and having the time too, because she does have 3 kids and keeping them occupied for the summer as well too. When people do come down here in Sicily, especially if they live up north, because the weather is much more rigid there, and even us Sicilians as well too, they try to take the kids to the beach as much as possible because it's really good for them. It's really good for, especially children that have bronchitis all the time and things like that. And here, believe it or not, our winters can be really rigid in a sense of not the temperature going down or snowing, but we do get lots of winds here. And it's something funny that when I was in Canada, the last time I was in Canada, don't laugh you guys, I know it's shameful. The last time I was in Canada was in 96, and I was pregnant with my son, so I had lots of doctor appointments, all the time, like, making sure, because I'd stayed for 3 months when I went to Canada. And so this doctor, I was talking to him and I was going, yeah, they're exaggerating. They're always exaggerating about these currents and everything. He goes, no, they're right. The currents, especially where I live in Messina, are really bad. They can, get somebody really sick. So getting back to this discussion of, they bring the kids to the beach as much as possible here because it dries up their chest. It's good for them. It's the seawater and the sun and everything. Naturally, they have to bring them at a time, which is good for the kids because, it's dangerous when you bring the kids to the beach at, 12 o'clock when the sun is just booming. Here, they take the kids early in the morning to the beach, and they'll stay until 10, 11 o'clock max. And then if they're going in the afternoon, they go down around 5 in the afternoon, and they can stay from then on. But it's pretty dangerous to bring your kids down to the beach here in that hot sun. It gets really hot here in the summer. It's exaggerating hot. We've had a couple of cool days though, which is pleasing, but that doesn't scare me. It's not ready for autumn time here, or the summer's not over here. People can still go down to the beach. you know, maybe not in the water, but they'll go down to the beach for the whole month of October. Like, it's really hot here. But like I said, then comes the winter where you get those high winds and it's humid. Like, that humidity just goes into your bones, you know. It's really humid here. I'm going to try another color. So you guys are seeing the designs that I'm doing. These are really interesting. I am so happy. Oh, and I do have something I want to show. I hope she's going to be watching this video. This one here. Remember I bought this for myself? Well, this is for somebody. She knows who it is. I'm not going to say her name. And I'm getting ready these things for her to send them off because she really liked this stencil. So there you go. I got it today. Well, I got it. I didn't go. I sent my sister. She was going to this store. I explained to her where it was. You know, the normal crafting store. And I asked her, I said, if you can, I said, please pick me up another one of these. I showed her the stencil, which one it was, because she came by here before going. And she picked it up for me. And then she picked me up some jelly pens, I think they're called. Yeah, because he didn't have them the last time he went, and he had told me that he would bring them in. And so he did, and she picked them up for me. And then she went to this shop that was nearby too that sells everything to do sweets and cakes and that. And she's really happy. She says, I have to go because there is so much there that we can get for baking for Christmas, which I'm really excited about too, because I love baking in the for Christmas. I bake lots for Christmas. Actually, what I do is that's my gifts to people, you know, around here, my friends and relatives, and they want my cookies. So I just start baking from November on. What I can freeze as cooked cookies, I'll freeze them, and what I can freeze as raw cookies, I'll freeze them. So that way by Christmas time I got, you know, at least 12 to 15 types of cookies. I, you know, buy trays and everything and make up cookie trays for them, and they really enjoy it. They don't have the type of cookies here. They don't make those type of cookies here in Italy, so they really enjoy these type of cookies that I make. Oh dear, I'm like, where am I going to put everything? I don't know. Here we go. Okay, I'm just going to turn this over on another piece of paper so I can get a nice stamp out of that too, which I didn't do with the other ones. Let's see if I can still do it in time. Sorry, I'm off camera, guys, here. I'll show it to you in a second. Okay, this one's really cool. Look at that. I know you guys are probably tired saying, Jelly, printing again. But, you know, I just want to chit-chat. Like I said in my other video, any excuse. I was kind of feeling lonely, so, yeah, I know. Realistically, I am talking to myself. But, I'm just rubbing the other ones that I did on this piece of paper. Yeah, not much is coming off. Now I want to see how these are going to wash as well too, if they're going to wash well. This is one that I did before, so I'm just going to stick it on here. And yeah, I've been a bit sad today. A problem with a friend, but it seems that it's been resolved. But I just keep on thinking about it and kind of makes me sad, but what you gonna do? Oh dear. Oh, that one's kind of cool. You know, I'm noticing sometimes with these, you know, the blotches will stay of each color of these jelly prints, and yeah, at the end it's good. I know she will enjoy these. She will enjoy these. Like, I'm just gonna stick a whole bunch of these in an envelope for her. Shall I make them two sides? Maybe. Yeah, then she can probably pick the side she wants, or she has her daughter, her oldest daughter, that's very artistic, and she probably will enjoy these things as well too. I'm going to try getting some, a nice, what do you call it, ghost print out of this. Let's see what happens here. There we go. Yeah, what a surprise. What a surprise. But like I said, I'd probably be jumping up and down by now because of this surprise. I know I don't feel so excited. I probably noticing that yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. But like I said, when there's something bothering you inside, you know, and you try to keep your mind occupied with something like this, but it's still always there. You're still always thinking of the same thing. And yeah, so it's a shame. It's a real shame, but what can you do? So this was kind of like, I don't know what you would call this one, a diamond? But no, but I know there's a name for this type of, I can't remember it right now. I'm not going to say anything because I'm afraid I'm going to make a mistake. Like I was saying with my butterfly's antlers. Yeah, everybody had a good laugh about that. There was even Nikki Parr that had done her butterfly video, because it's for a swap that we're doing in our group, the International Crafters. Come check us out on Facebook. Send in a request and we'll accept you right away. And we're having fun. We're having fun. So I'm doing this video on my butterflies, and I'm calling their antennas antlers. I had noticed right away that I had made a mistake, but Nikki Parr does another video on butterflies as well, too, the butterflies she did. And she's calling them antlers as well. You know, she's joking around with me. So yeah, it's become a joke with my antlers. And Kathy, I know what you wrote too, Kathy Spears. She had a good laugh about that too. That was funny. That was funny. What was I thinking? Antlers. Like, deer and moose have antlers, not butterflies. That was cute. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes I forget the words in English, and you know, a lot of the times well, thank goodness there's a dictionary. A lot of the times I'm looking it up on the dictionary too, and to do that, so I have an Italian English dictionary. I'm looking it up, you know, in Italian to see what the word is in English. It's so funny. It's funny how you lose your the language I grew up with, you know, because I grew up in Canada. I came here when I was 24 years old. And prior to that, from the age of 15 to 17, I stayed here in Italy as well, too. And I'm sorry, this camera is slipping. Look at that, it's lopsided. I can't believe this. Let's see if I can fix it well. Sorry if my hand gets in front or something, but see if I can get it nice and tight. I'm going to have to figure something else for this camera because it's like it doesn't hold it well. I think that's straight now. There we go. Okay, perfect. So like what I was saying, from the age of 15 to 17, I stayed here in Italy as well too. And I've lived in Florida for a couple of years too. As a kid, I was probably about 12, 13. And the rest of my life was in Canada. I've even lived in Mississauga. I grew up in a place called Hornby, Ontario, which is in Oakville. And from there we moved to Mississauga. And then from Mississauga I left to come here in Italy for 2 years. And from Italy, when I moved back to Canada, my parents in the meantime had moved to Edmonton for working reasons. So they went from Toronto to Edmonton, and I stayed in Edmonton. Oh dear, let's see. So I went back when I was almost 18. And I think I stayed in Edmonton for a couple of years. Yeah, a couple of years. I even lived in Calgary for a couple of months. In Edmonton, I went back to Toronto, and then in the meantime, my parents had moved back to Toronto, but my mom and dad went in pension, and they came to live here in Italy. And I'm a mama's girl. I've always been, okay, you guys don't laugh at me. So before I went to Italy at the age of 15, one of my girlfriends, and this was a big problem for us, it's always been a problem, that if there was ever a slumber party, a pajama party amongst my friends, I would bug and bug and bug my mom, come on, please let me go, let me go. My mom wanted to send me, but she knew what was going to happen. Don't laugh. I would start crying for my mom. And I did that until the age of 13, 14. Now, when I came here in Italy, I came and stayed with my sister. So it was like being at home with my mom. She was my older sister and another second mom. And yeah, I did miss my mom terribly when I was here in Italy, but it was kind of, I had my sister with me, so it wasn't all that bad. And okay, I'm losing the line here. So I was saying that I'm a mama's girl, right? My mom and dad moved to Italy in the meantime, and I was for a while living with my sisters and then out on my own. But nothing. After a couple of years, I missed my mom so much that talking to them once, and they were always telling me, why don't you come, why don't you come? And I was always saying, but I can't leave work, and I was going to school in the meantime, night school. And so I just one day said, I miss you too much, Mom, I want to come and see you. And my dad goes, yeah, but I want you to come and live here. And I go, no, I don't want to live in Italy. I want to come back to Toronto again. And in the meantime, mind you, the only people that were here were my parents and my older sister Nancy, and my sister Lucy. So in Canada, there was my three brothers and my other sister Maria. And so, okay, he says, I said, okay, you want to do something? I said, if you feel that you keep on saying I'm going to love it here and I'm going to want to stay, that's fine. The ticket, my dad made it out for, it was an open ticket. That's right, that's what it's called, an open ticket that more or less in a year's time I could decide whenever I wanted to go back, book a ticket and everything. Well, what happened in a year's time was that one day in my mom's town, where we were living with a friend of mine, we're going to her house on foot, and comes by a car, which in this car was my husband, and his two friends. And here in Italy, the boys can be really, snarky. They'll stop, they'll start bugging you and everything. Now, my husband actually didn't want me. He wasn't looking at me. He was looking at my friend. But my friend, because she was so outspoken, she noticed right away that my husband was looking at her and trying to, pick her up. And she just turned around straight out and said, I'm not interested in you, I'm interested in your friend. So it was actually me and my husband ended up together by mistake. So that night, they already made an appointment, my friend with my hubby's friend, and she didn't want to go alone, so she's convincing me to go, and my husband's friend convinced my husband to go, and from then on we ended up together. So yeah, but my husband was looking at my friend. He wasn't looking at me. That's a funny story, and we'd always tell my kids too that he was trying to pick up my friend, not me. Anyways, my friend didn't end up with his friend. They ended up breaking up after a bit. It didn't last between them. Yeah. That was cute. Guys, there are so many designs. There's this. This is kind of cool, huh? See what this comes out like. I'm jabbering away and not noticing the colors that I'm using, but no, it's going to come out okay. It's going to be fine. So there you go, you guys. I told you my story. And I was telling you about in Canada, when I came in Canada for 3 months, and yeah, the doctor that he was telling, yeah, I did end up finishing that story about the doctor telling me that, you know, here it's true that there are really bad currents. Messina, the Stretto of Messina, which would be where there would be Italy's here and Sicily's here, you know, the Stretto, the water going in, those are the worst currents. The worst winds. It's like in Messina, which is my province where I stay, Messina. My town's called Barcellona, Pozzo di Gotto, but Messina's the province. There is always wind there. It is always windy. Isn't that cool? It's really windy there all the time. Now I'm going to get another one. And, oh, here we go. See what I can get off of this one. Dottie, are you snoring? Ladies don't snore. Sweetie pie. Look at how cool that is, you guys. Cool, huh? So, what else can I tell you? What else can I tell you? My mind is always on that thing. Can't help it. I can't help it. I'm a person that there was no discussion whatsoever. Actually, things were kind of cleared up. But I don't know. It's something inside me that there's something inside me that's, I guess, bothering me, and I still feel sad. I still do. Okay. This poor Brer. This is something that I'm probably, you know, I can't get it here because I haven't seen them. They don't have them here. I asked him. But I will probably order it online. I'm not planning on doing an order. When, you know what, when my sister wants to do one, I'll probably get her to stick a Brer in there. Now what I'm going to do instead is, why I'm not doing orders here in Italy, is because my brother will be getting here in October. So I'm going to order from the same store that I ordered this jelly plate from, and get some. Hi, Rosario.
Hi.
Can I have a kiss?
What?
I want a kiss. Mwah. My son Rosario was. You can close the door.
Yes.
Please, thank you. He was sleeping at his friend's house, so I hadn't seen him since yesterday, and he just got home. He speaks a bit of. He's actually one of the best to speak English. The other ones, I'll talk English to them, and going, don't talk English, talk to me in Italian, and I get heck from them. But I guess it's kind of my fault too. So I lost the line of what I was saying. Oh dear, I'm sorry, you guys. I can't remember what I was saying. Can't remember. I cannot remember. What was I saying? Oh, I'm terrible. I'm terrible, terrible, terrible. That's terrible. want to grab another one. These are the prints that I'm loving, you guys. The ones that I pick up after on top of another print. They're so cool. No, you guys, I'm sorry. I can't for the life of me remember what I was saying. Isn't that terrible? Look at that. So cool. I hate making videos at night, you guys, because I know the lighting's probably bad. I notice a difference between the videos from daytime to nighttime, but here we go. One more, you guys, and then we're going to close this video because it's gotten a bit extra long. And what color? What about this orange? I haven't used orange tonight. No, I can't wait till I can get internet tomorrow too to see what's going on in the Facebook group. What's going on? Yeah, as I did my cup challenge, and there is a butterfly swap, and members. Yeah, there's members coming in almost every day now. It's not a lot, but we're getting there. It's, you know, these kind of things take time to password and everything, and it is. I understand too that it is a time of year, September. You know, the kids are going back to school and everything, and it's not, you know, on the priority list of people to, you know, to think about these type of things. You know, like how can I say that that, you know, for crafting and things like that, they're probably thinking about, you know, getting the kids back into school. Here school starts. It starts late because of the heat. It starts the 16th. This is the last one. I think it is, yeah. This is the last one. So I've tried them all. And it's stripes. This would be interesting. Yeah, it starts late because of the heat. And I think it's starting the 16th. So next week, me and my son, we're going to be going out and getting all the list of books and everything, because here we have to provide the books. We have to get them. Until they're in elementary school, we don't pay for the books. But once they start, okay, elementary's here up to grade 5, and then they go into, I guess you guys would call it a junior high. And and then we have to start paying for the books from then on, which is a bummer. We pay for everything here. Like when they go to elementary, the only thing that they do have is the books paid for. We have to buy everything else. And this goes on until, you know, until they're finished high school. Cool. That is really cool. And I love the way the colors came out on this one, you guys. It's really cool. So I want to pick this up now. Pick up one of my older prints here. This seems cool. Look at that. So next week it's get out and get all these things for him, whatever he needs. His workbooks and the books. Well, they give us the list, and as they start coming in, we will be picking them up. See? It's the way the school runs here, and they're really bad, the schools here. I feel bad saying that, but it's the truth. They really don't have anything to offer to our kids. There's no home economics. There's no wood shop. There's not even a decent science room, you know, where they can do experiments and everything. They work everything out of books. It's terrible here in Sicily. Up north, I don't know if it's even, it's probably, yeah, a bit better. But here in Sicily, no. Unfortunately, they don't think that our children's futures is worth it. Plain and simple. They think that, I don't know, I'm saying to them, whenever there's elections and things like that, once the mayor came by to do his speech to get votes and everything, and I turned around to him and I said, well, what are we going to do about these schools? he turned around to me and said, oh, don't worry, we're going to be having heating in the schools this year. I go, I'm not talking about heating. You know, I'm talking about getting more things done in these schools, doing more in these schools for these kids. It's ridiculous that they should be having the best education, and you know, you guys are giving them the worst education. It's terrible. It's terrible. Shame on them. Shame on them. And when I think that, you know, in Canada, we had everything there. It was so nice there, the schools, you know. Apart that the schools seem like dungeons here as well, too. Some of them. But, you know, as I was growing up, the schools were good back then. I don't know how they are now, you guys, but they were good back then. Anyways, this is my last print, you guys, and I think I've chatted enough. Probably half of yous have, or 3/4 of yous have closed off the video already, saying she's talking too much tonight. But I thank you anyways for keeping me company, and I hope I kept you guys company. And come on, you guys, come and check out our group. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have plain and simple fun. There's all kinds of challenges. There's 2 swaps a month and 2 challenges. And you are not obligated to do these things if you don't want to. You don't want to swap, that's fine. Challenges, you just have to post a picture on Facebook, you know, saying what I did. Like they're posting pictures of the cups the way they did them, and I'm challenging them every day with something new to put on their cup. So if you want it to be more inspired, if you want it to be more pushed, you don't need a broken cup. You can go and get a plastic cup and decorate it the way you want. You can, you know, do anything you want. Now they want to even do some journaling, and at the beginning I said, I don't know, because, you know, guys, I have a problem with journaling. I'm sitting here in front of something and trying to think, okay, what am I going to do next? I'm not experienced in this yet, but it would be a challenge for me. It would really be a challenge for me. And you know, I kind of made this myself, and because I did want to try to sew something together, see how they do it to sew it. I know I have the other one, but the other one I have decided to just do traveling stuff in there, because I kind of got all kinds of things of traveling stuff that we did. So I want to kind of make that book on travels that, you know, we have done, or if it's been, you know, my other kids and everything too. And this one I just started playing around with, and you know, I need to work on this. I want to work on this. I want to learn. But it's kind of like when I get to, I go, oh, what am I going to do now on this page? So like here, yesterday I stamped this, and I go, okay, what am I going to do next now? Okay, I did her. What am I going to do now? So I embossed this measuring tape around here. This is from Tim Holtz. And here I was playing around today with, you know, the wings from the butterfly. Set them down with the ink pad, and I did some spraying here. Oh dear, what else? I just added something here that I was playing around with too. A couple of these are my jelly prints. A couple of these, like this one here, was inspired to me by, oh, where did she go? This one's pretty. This is oh dear, that stencil I just showed you. But this page is done with silks and then the stencils. So I wanted to show you this one here that I was inspired by Tibby from Spellbound. 987, I think, is the number. But yeah, so she gets the gelatos and she just starts scribbling all over the place, and then with her hands itself, she just dips them into the gesso and wipes over again. Now when they dry, she went over them again with gelatos and then the gesso. And I really kind of like this muted effect that it's, you know, really, it's cool. It's cool. So yeah, I'm trying to get I'm trying to do this, so I would really like that if we do something in the group to be challenged to do something like this and get me, out there, think twice. I'm really good at, thinking out an individual. I'm not experienced on these things yet, on journaling and things like that, but I do want to get there, so I'm really excited about this, that they want to do these challenges with the journaling as well too. So yeah, come and check us out, you guys. I'd be really pleased to have you there. And until the next time, I hope I didn't talk my ears off. And like I said, thank you for listening. Until the next time, bye.